Hey guys, how you doing? Right here again. If you'd like to subscribe, it's Nitro Kyosho. What I have today is the e-flite Blade 130X to talk about. Now I got to tell you guys, I was a little scared off by this. I didn't buy it for a while, mainly because of you guys out there in YouTube land saying it was really no good, that it had shaking and vibrating problems, and anyways, I did finally end up buying it because I need something to play around in my backyard with when the big T-Rexes are on the shelf for the winter. And I called Horizon Hobby and I talked to one of the engineers there, and I said, come on man, you know, I'm an experienced pilot, give it to me straight. What's going on with this thing? And he said, nothing. He said, to be honest with you, he said, inexperienced pilots that should be buying MCX2s are buying this and they're having a lot of problems with it because they don't understand the configurations and how it works. So I said, well, I've heard there's a lot of tail shaking problems. I've seen the videos, what's going on with that? He was very upset when I talked to him. He was a little hot under the collar. He wasn't disrespectful, but he said he's tired of, you know, YouTubers getting these products from Horizon Hobby and going on here and bashing them. And I said, well, I can't do nothing about that. You know, I just want to know what's going on with it. And he said it does have a little vibrating, just like my big T-Rexes do, at a certain point of spooling up in the tail. Once they get by that point, they level off and they're smooth. And I did take this out for a test flight this morning, and I got to tell you, I had absolutely no problems with any shaking or any vibration. It was basically like he said, there's a little bit at one point of the spool up, and then boom, it's gone as soon as it gets up in the air. It flew absolutely beautiful. I have a friend that actually got rid of his T-Rex 450 Pro because he has larger T-Rexes. And he uses this mainly now as a tool of practicing. And the parts are nickel and dime. And he basically kind of convinced me into getting one also. And he said, you know, for the amount that a T-Rex costs to crash, you know, practice in 3D, he says this thing can do everything a T-Rex 450 Pro can do, and a fraction, pennies of the cost to fix if something goes wrong. I will be putting out a video. Next video of flying it is not going to be any 3D stuff because e-flite plus ProTech, all of these LiPo batteries companies recommend that you break in the battery. So you don't want to put these batteries in and go right at it going in high-powered 3D mode. You want to do a couple of nice 3-4 minute test flights and condition the batteries for at least 3 or 4 flights before you start ramping up the power if you want to keep your batteries healthy. Anyways, let's talk a little bit about, there's a million out-of-box reviews, guys. You know what you get with this thing already. You know, you get the helicopter fully assembled and built, the canopy all painted. You get the bullet blades for fast forward flight come on it. And then you have your acrobatic blades here. You get 4 of the links, which anyone who had the MCPX knows these links here like to break when a crash. You get 1 of the big tail torque tube gears back here and 1 small one for repair, and you get some extra grommets and stuff. Let me show you what I got here. I bought an extra battery. Pull this off. This is ProTech. I got it at A-Main Hobbies. This is a 7.4 2-cell 480 milliamp 35C battery. It comes with an e-flite battery. And that one, I think, I don't have it down here. I apologize, guys. It's charging right now. I think that one is only a 300 milliamp battery. So this one gives you a little bit more power and a higher C rating and a little longer flight. Also, they give you a little piece of white Velcro. I took a big piece. I'll get up and show you guys. I don't have somebody zooming here, so I put a bigger piece of black Velcro here and a big piece on the back of the battery to make sure that it doesn't move. Also, I didn't like the way the wires were in here touching the main shaft. So I just took a zip tie and held the wires that are next to the motor up against the side, and then I put a tie, wrapped it around the wires gently, and then stretched it over here and looped it around the zip tie there to keep these wires off of the main shaft. Also, the wires inside here, keep an eye on at the front of the torque tube gear, because those wires are dangerously close to that gear, and make sure they're pushed off to the side or you're going to chew them up. So you do have to do a little bit of tweaking. I put an extra boom support here for the rudder rod that I bought. That's e-flites. Because I heard that was one of the vibrating issues too, but I don't think that makes much of a difference. But it does keep the rod a little bit straighter, which I like. I bought aftermarket the K and where are they here? I'll show you the old ones first. K and V blades here that are on there. I bought these because they're a little bit stiffer, guys, and also they're a little bit easier to see. I don't know why e-flite insists on always putting these black blades on there. It just makes it harder to see, so I have the spare tail blades and the brand new blades never used here. These are the KVD, the Dream Design, or whatever they call them, blades. I bought an extra set, a bag of the rotor head links, because like I said, anyone who had the MCPX knows these like to break in crashes. So I got 8. They give you 4. I got 12 of them. I also bought a spare set of the gears for the tail back here, because the torque tube, if you have any strikes, those are going to probably strip too. It seems to be a pretty durable, guys. It looks like the same, you know, the MCPX, the MC, you know, all the other. I think the key is this guy right here. When you're dealing with these, your throttle, you know, kill that, guys, before it goes into the ground, and I think you'll be all right. They're very, I mean, it's very, very light. And you really have to do something pretty crazy to damage these things. I always recommend, people don't listen, but I still recommend, because I see it every day on YouTube, but if you fly over grass, guys, it will limit your damage, whether you're flying these, airplanes, whatever. Messing around over dirt is not a good idea with these guys either, because these have the servos that are exposed. So if dirt gets inside of these, you know, now you got problems. So stay over grass, guys. These aren't sealed up servos. The arms are sliding up and down in these little grooves here, and if dirt gets in there, it's going to cause and raise havoc with the helicopter. Also, these are not made to take off of grass, okay? And they're not made to land in grass. Unless you're on something like a golf course type grass, putting green. Take them off from cardboard and land them on cardboard or any kind of a platform in a grassy area. And you won't have any trouble, because just like the T-Rexes, guys, if you strike these tails, you're going to strip gears, okay? These are delicate machines. They're durable, but they're delicate at the same time. Also, I put a little bit of grease in the front torque tube where it comes in and hits the bevel gear up on top there, a little white lithium just to make it a little smoother. Also, I oiled the main bearing on the main shaft bearing, I guess you'd call it on this, the big main one. You can't miss it, it's huge. It's a good idea to put a little oil in that. Also, I oiled the rotor, the tail rotor, the slider back and forth there. It's a good idea to do that if you want to keep them. I go crazy with the Lavelle synthetic oil, guys. That's why I keep all my bearings and everything in smooth working order. I even put a little on the main shaft there to make it go up and down a little bit smoother. And pop this on so you can see how it looks. They finally, in my opinion, got the canopy right. Canopy is actually pretty nice looking on this machine. I'll show it to you. Pop it on here. Okay, and I think it looks good with the K and B blades on here. It's definitely easier to see. It matches the canopy, you know. Other than that, you know, like I said, they got the aftermarket ProTech batteries. I can give you my review, my feelings on it after the first flight. I had a big smile on my face. I was very happy with the way it handled. I think it does handle better than the MCPX. That thing I never could get to do acrobatics. The tail would blow out on it all the time. And the guy at Horizon actually admits that in one of the videos, one of the engineers. So, you know, other than that, I will be putting out some probably a general, two videos, a general flight, and then once the batteries are conditioned and broken in, I'll do an acrobatic flight for you guys, and we'll see how it handles that way. But as far as I can tell from the flight I had, very, very realistic to a T-Rex 450 in handling, and I'm very happy with it. I think 2 thumbs up from Horizon to Horizon Hobby. Like I said, I didn't experience any of the shaking issues, guys. There's just, when you're spooling it up, you might get that little bit in between RPM changes, but I didn't get, you know, the guy told me on Horizon, he said people are putting these into videos like this, and then they're ramping them up, they're holding them at that RPM in the video to show you that, and it keeps shaking. And that's not really a smart thing to do, guys, because I could do that with my T-Rex 500 and 450 till you show it at that certain RPM shaking, and you'll say, what the heck's the matter? It's got a bent tail rotor? No. It just, they tend to do that at a certain RPM, and I can assure you my T-Rexes don't have bent tail rotor shafts or bent torque tubes or bent anything. And they do that too at a certain point. So that's my review of this, guys. I love it. I think it's definitely, if somebody wants to practice, I'm putting the 450s and the 500 on the shelf for the winter, and I'm going to use this little guy. I think it's going to keep me fresh, and I think that it's going to be a good substitute for those bigger Heelys. So, also they give you a small, you know, Horizon, they give you your little tool kit here, your screwdriver, and a couple of Allen wrenches. But other than that, guys, follow your directions on setup to a T, bind it, and you won't have, you shouldn't have any issues. And like I said, if you don't want that shaking problem, you know, don't hold it at that RPM. I thank you for watching. If you got any questions, send me a line. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.